Hello, you beautiful artists. How are you today? I had a very long, and stressful day. It was horrible day at work. I can gladly say that it's Friday and it's over, but yeah, it was just crap. And it's actually been a super stressful week. I haven't worked the last 2 nights. So this will have to be the video that goes up tomorrow. So I've got all these different images. I've been kind of working through what I want to put on. I did go and buy some larger canvases because, like, if I put these two together, it must be the same artist. The images are great. Oh, maybe I don't like that one. No, does the horse have it in their mouth? No, the horse is getting stabbed by arrows. Yeah. No. I am not a fan of... This is not good either. Cats on the house, the dog's in this little boat. And this poor... Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like seeing animals get hurt at all. It, even just the image of it, yeah. I will get rid of the picture, as you just saw. Alright, these girls are pretty darn cool. They will definitely appeal to the horse lovers out there, girls that have good friends. I went to... I'm hoping these are double-sided. I stopped in at Tuesday Morning again. Just because I wanted to... Just because it's one of those places. Is it double-sided? It is! Yay! Okay, so these are awesome. To get 5 of these for, or 4 of these for $6 is really a great price. So those go in my stash. Tools in my tape drawer. I've been looking for circle stencils and circle stamps. Actually, I have a thing that I can make stencils. I bought one of the tools. I haven't used it yet. I bought it, jeez, beginning of the year. I had seen somebody do it on YouTube, how they made their own stencils, and I'm not going to get involved with that right now because, let's see what's in here, because I have things I have to get done. This is Anna Griffin. What do we got here? Oh! Oh, I thought these were going to be separate pieces. Oh. They are pretty, though. They actually are very pretty. Let's see what these cards look like. This was, what, $2.50. They're very pretty. Very simple. Easy to put together, and you've got a greeting card. So this one's really quite beautiful. Love that. Okay, so that's something I can use today. But I was thinking it was separate little pieces in there. It's not. It's kind of disappointing. Okay, can you tell that that's not going to work? We'll just stick it up here. Oh, I really have to sit down and organize, but I have to make canvases. These are some of the other stamps that I got. I thought those would make good patterns. Those guys are kind of cool. I wish they were larger. I'm looking for larger circle stamps or larger circle stencils. And interesting circles, not just a circle. These types of interesting things. Love those. Okay, and now my stamp drawer is very full. Because I got a lot the last time I was there too. Alright, so I've got some images. The patterns, backgrounds really match each other. These 4 girls are just great. I think this was an image that was from the 50s. I could be entirely wrong about that. I love the friendship ones. Those 2 are great. I like using 3 images together. Kind of a 3 type of person. That one doesn't really fit here. These guys are funny. They're just having the best time. Those guys away. I have stacks now everywhere. Oh, hold on here. Let's see what we got. This wasn't going to be my plan, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh yeah, that'll work. Swoopy! Swoopy, where are you? Okay. The smaller canvases. Have to cut down the pictures to fit without losing the composition of the images themselves. Look at her. Look at that emotion in her. Oh, love it. Now she's more posed, but it's a beautiful pose. Her. I love her. Actually, I love this guy. He's sitting on the piano. Remember him? I just cut off his foot. Now, there was one more. I wonder if I set it down there at my feet. Alright, we want to be careful on this. We don't want to cut off their heads. This is a great photo. I will save that for later. This is not really a guy's piece, so we're not going to add that right now. Where are the rest of the women? Okay, hold on. One thing at a time here. Oh, here they are. This one was the one I was thinking of right here. Maybe that one. Okay, whoops. I have some great music quotes from when I was going to do pieces for the San Jose Jazz Fest. The same people that actually invited me to the Monterey Jazz Festival, but the booth spaces for Monterey Jazz Festival were $1,200 a space. You know, and the guy's like, well, you know, you bring out your best stuff. You bring out your good stuff. And I'm just like, you mean just what I'm selling and then up the price by a couple $100? Yeah, well, yep. I know, that's, yeah. What do you expect me to bring in here, buddy? This is my work. This is what I got. Shuffle Along Junior. Okay, so this one here is the right angle, I think. Let's cut this straight. Ish. It's still not perfect, is it? This one's actually probably the closest. And here, it looks good, so we're good to go there. Good to go here. And yeah. Yeah. Ah, Swoopy is so dull. I should have bought that deal where I saw the 4 cutters for 40 bucks. That disappeared real quick. I should have bought it when I had the chance to, and I was like, oh no. That picture looks crookedy. I think it's due to the picture itself. Okay. Get these guys away. Okay, something electric and something fun, which is this guy. This is the most electric of the... Oh, and they look so good on there. She looks uneven too. What's going on? Swoopy, are you that dull? There you go, right down there. All right, let's find some words. Let's find some words. Some words. All right, let's find some music. Two kinds of music, the good and the bad. I play the good kind. Okay, I've got this one already. Jazz is the only music in which the same note can be played night after night. Night after night. But differently each time. Music is all about transporting people speaking language which languages fail to express. Music is a language that doesn't speak in particular words, it speaks in emotion. If it's in the bones, it's in the bones. That's pretty cool. The only truth is music. Jack Kerouac. Music is a necessity. After food, air, water, and warmth, music is the next necessity of life. It's a good one. I think I've got that one. Okay. All right. And then Okay, these guys are not as nearly as emotional as these guys. So they're just kind of standing there. And after looking at the relation, I am going to take that one out. I like this center formatting better. Okay. Yeah. No, I want to look for one more dancing. Let's see. She's pretty amazing. All right. So she's moving in. She's facing in. She's facing towards us. Okay, well, let's find we've got so much paper on here. Oh. My seductive women, my women of power, my friendly women, my swimmers, my happy people, my children. Okay. Now I'm still looking for one of my particular rulers. God darn it. Ooh. Kind of swishing those. Not good. What do I got in this pile? Okay. Still haven't found what I'm looking for. Ah! Aha! Alright. Those are both pretty close to an exact 90-degree angle. This one is definitely off at the bottom. Okay, let's find our little cutter. Let's just take this because I'm not gonna sit there and look. Like I said, I got piles. I got piles in here today. Piles of nowhere. I'm gonna take my time. Oh yeah, to reach there. It's actually miles from nowhere. That's Stevens. Miles from nowhere. Gonna take my time. Look up at the mountain, and I have to climb. Oh yeah, to reach there. Along with my body, I've been a good friend. How much, and I reach there. I used to love Cat Stevens. I was definitely kind of this little granola hippie chick. There's no doubt about that. Oh, see, now you gotta be careful because with a plastic ruler, your X-Acto can just cut right into it, especially with a brand new blade like that. And that's also a very good way to slice off your finger. Yes. I don't want to do that. I'm going to knock on wood. Alright. So I'm going to line up the lines under the words. That's how I know that it's going to be straight. And this is mostly pretty good. It's a little bit off. None of us ever think to you. Say you wanna start something new, and it's breaking my heart you're leaving. Baby, I'm grieving, and if you wanna leave, take good care. Hope you have a lot of nice friends out there. Oh, it's crooked. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. It's hard to get by just on a smile. Oh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. All right. First off, let's Rusty Hinge is a little too orange. What's that one? That's Rusty Hinge. Where's my corduroy? I like my corduroy color. I just knocked you. Sorry about that. Vintage photo. Vintage photo is actually probably my favorite. It's just my vintage photo is very dead. Alright, so what we're seeing here is that this is a very dark color on this white, and we need to lighten that up. And that means I've got to find my inks. Inkies! Inkapoos! Where are you? Ow. I need my mom to come organize this place, man. She's good at that. Oh, she goes, Stephanie, why do you have so much stuff here? Let's try some Victorian velvet. You gotta quit buying all these art supplies. I know, Mom. I hear her. Isn't that funny how there's always a party that will hear your mother's voice in your head. Hopefully in good ways instead of bad, you know. A little antique linen. Yeah, it's really too dark. Wild honey, see if we can't get a little happier color. Alright, and let's try old lavender. It's getting closer. Now I wonder what would happen if I actually wetted that down a little bit. Because it feels pretty heavy to me. And I do have the second one, so I can experiment here just a little bit with this and see what happens. It's actually lightening it up. I'm trying not to rub it too hard. I'm definitely trying to give it a cool texture. I mean, here we've got some great water spotting. That's cool. My water container is quite far away. Excuse me. Okay, it's very transparent right now. I like it though. I think that's just the right amount. Actually, let's see if our images need any help that way, warming up. That was very blue. Let's pull in a little bit of this tattered rose and see if we can't bring her just a little bit warmer. It's beautiful. So I don't want to do too much of that because we still have to put Mod Podge over the top of it. So I really want to wait until they're put down. Okay. And all right, so then our next step is that we have to look at backing this. And I've got this piece of paper sitting right here. Is that interesting enough for what the spot is? I love this paper. I'm going to try something real quick. Okay, if I pull it towards me, that will keep the white edges where I want them. And then I flip it over. And that way I have a piece that has both edges towards me. And that one went really crookedy. Maybe that'll give us the interest that I'm looking for. Just something, we'll see. You know, just was a thought, the occurrence, that might look kind of good. To kind of break up that pattern that's behind there. Just a touch. Give it even more of a vintage feel, right? Kind of an old crumbling wallpaper feel. It's honestly what I'm seeing in my head. And this one goes perfectly with that. So I'm going to put it down. Why not? I think that's gesso. I don't like it. I can always pull it off. But let's put this guy down first. And I think I actually want the fatter at the bottom so that it feels more balanced. Let's see what we got here. We don't want it perfectly centered. We want it offset a bit. And it darkened down nicely, and it's actually fitting on there very nicely. It just is adhering very nicely. Be sure to get all of your wrinkles worked the way you want them to work. They will automatically wrinkle. It adds character. Don't stress about it. If you don't want the character, don't put it on there. All right, let's see what we got with this. Now this one, I kind of liked having that piece up top be a little bit fatter. And coming down a little bit sideways. I like having that little bit of a gap in between there. That makes me happy. Let's see what we got here. Redo. Okay, and we have another piece of this to me. Let me pull it back up. I don't know why it felt like those needed to be on there, but they did. And I think I like them. I think I like them lots. Actually, I think it's quite beautiful. Once that dries, it's going to be gorgeous. Okay, and let's get this guy set up. This is not very heavy paper. It's warping very badly. Okay. Now, let's see what we can do for this guy. Let's not get all the Alphonse photos messed up, though. Let's not do that. Alright, this one doesn't work. This is the tarnished brass. It's pretty heavy. So we're taking down the whiteness right off the bat. We are giving it a sheen right off the bat. And, you know, it looks a little much right in here. Yeah, I got it a little heavy right there. Not gonna lie, I did get a little heavy right there. So, let's see what we can do to get some of that off. Oh, look at that. Ooh, and it gave us extra wrinkles. Ah. Okay, I like it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just sit here and let this dry. I'm going to go make my dinner. I'm going to go eat my dinner. And then I'll come back to that. kind of looks like we have a big hole right there, but that's just the deli sheet shining through. Let's make it look like a piece of the wallpaper coming off. Kind of be probably good to try to line that up in a little bit. Let's see, maybe like right in there. Oh yeah, perfect lineup. Pretty perfect. Actually, here, it's got to go up a little bit more. A little bit more. Okay. It will dry a nice bronzy color. And it gives us that vintage feel without... We actually do need some brown in here, don't we? Let's go with the fired brick. Just kind of working out the dots here a little bit. Sometimes a fired brick looks a little bit like blood splatter, and that's not good. That's not a good look. Okay, do some flapping, do some lifting. All right, let's. I kind of want the brown, but I don't know where it is. Ooh. Okay, well, it's fine. It was kind of scary for a second, but this will be good. Okay, it'll be okay. I know that it was pretty before, but you know, it needed to be grunged up and it needed to be interesting, and I think this is more interesting personally. It's got some more pattern in it now. It's got some character. And depth. All right, so I'm letting this dry. It has a cool texture already to it. Now these are all water solubles, so putting Mod Podge over the top of it is going to be tricky. Here's the brown. This, although my sprayer isn't working on this one, is it? Nope, it's not. It gets so annoying. I hate it when stuff doesn't work right. Drives me nuttos. Okay. Ooh, how about some texture paste on here? Put the images down though before the texture paste would probably be best. Yeah. Okay, guys. That's the beginning of this one. Music as a language. Get that off of there. That's just going to create a mess. All right, we'll chat soon. Okay, bye. Good morning, artists. It is Saturday morning. It is 7 o'clock. It is, I woke up about 6 o'clock this morning, but last night, honestly, I crashed so early. I was exhausted from the day, from the week. It was a really hard week at work. So I started filming at 6 o'clock when I sat down with this. What you missed was just putting a little bit of the gold, because I'm not going to post that because I was so out of it. Gold color box. So this is not permanent, so it's going to make a smeary. And I just put some of my brown stays on the edges. I just wanted to adjust the color to see what more I needed. And frankly, this is really beautiful. As you can see, the scrapbook paper really melted into the deli sheet. It really did. The colors are beautiful. They're vibrant without being obnoxious. They were a little obnoxious at first, you know, and this color really, this piece brings in a nice touch of pattern. This breaks up the darkness of it. I believe I have finally settled on these guys. So, if you notice, she's facing in, she's facing towards you, she's looking at you. So it's creating a circular pattern. Just a second. Hi guys. Okay, I think I got the music situation figured out. It's crazy how obnoxious some music can be, and it's very distracting to me, but on the other hand, I want to have something. This is all copyright free music, of course, so that I can play it, and you know, you just don't know what you're getting. I would love to be playing well, definitely I would love to be playing my music that I enjoy listening to. Oh, I should have edged that. I think it was Faye who was talking about how I was having battles with the Stabilo yesterday, the day before. Yes, I was having battles with the Stabilo, so part of me is like, oh shoot, I should have edged this. Because I know I'm going to have another battle with the Stabilo. Alright, let's... You know, the reason why I'm starting with this one is since it's the center piece, everything else is going to have to relate to it. And, you know, make sure it's on there straight. Takes time. Make sure it's on there straight. See how the blue is coming up here? That's from the ink sprays. This scrapbook paper is not real happy about sticking down though. So let's double check here before we mush it all the way. Just trying to line it up straight here. It's actually pretty darn good. As long as our ruler's straight, then our... Gosh, it doesn't feel like it. That's pretty darn good there. Alright, so I most likely have some blue on here. It's okay taking it over the top of this. I don't mind that. Having a little bit more color to this. Now look how pretty this dried. Did really well. And this particular scrapbook paper is definitely melting right into this. I don't think it's a very strong paper. I think it's more of a... It works just fine though. Now, do I need to look for one more image? before I go any further, I want to think about that for another minute, because it feels a little not complete. Okay. All right. So these are just the tiniest difference in size, but it will give us just a little bit more in there. Leaving the edge of the photo, I think, is very suitable. This gives more of the man's foot and a little bit more of the top of his head. So while it's only 0.5 millimeter on each side, it's better. And sometimes swoopy, while getting a very straight line, it's sometimes hard to get the exact line that you want. So that's why I like to do multiple copies of images, because there's times where I'll go back and reuse them. Now, water, coffee. What looks better here? This is kind of more interesting here than here, so we'll flip them down there. And since this should be a perfect square, it doesn't look like it is, but it measured out to be. But it's not. Being hyper picky. Which I do that. This side was perfect, and this side felt off. What we're gonna do is make sure that this is lined up perfect to this edge, and we'll just deal with the rest with our edging medium, whatever we decide to stabilo, which I'm just not a fan of the stabilo much right now. Hard to get a good music list when you can't listen to what you want to listen to. I like this fine though. I did go through and find a list of copyright-free mellow music. Hopefully it doesn't drive me crazy. Okay, see how much blue is on there? It's gonna get all over your image. Don't do that. However, we do need to protect the image, and we do need to push it down. So let's do this first. Don't risk it. Yeah, add a little extra texture. Get those textures in there. Absolutely. From the wrinkles underneath, that you want those. It's just going to give a more vintage look to the image themselves. we get any blue in it? Okay, I don't know. I think I did. Alright, so I'm going to get these glued down first, and then I'll go over the top of them with the Mod Podge. Or whatever medium you like to use. Of course. I haven't really used any other mediums. I probably should experiment with that, although this Mod Podge does give me the effect that I like. I know how to work with it. I know what it does. I know how it dries. I was having a conversation with one of my fellow artists, and you know, experiencing people coming up to you and going, "Is that decoupage?" And you know, it's just like one of the most insulting things in the world. They're like, "Does this look like your standard decoupage?" You know. And she was saying to me, she's like, "I don't even tell them I use Mod Podge." I'm like, it's actually not a bad idea, because it has a stigmatism to it as a craft, and I'm sorry, you know, we're not just crafters. I'm not a crafter. If you want to consider yourself a crafter, that's fine. But, you know, I don't consider myself a crafter. And I think it's kind of insulting to people who take a long time and have a lot of care about what they're creating. And it's just rather insulting. We're mixed media artists, okay? We're not crafters. You are artists, and it's okay to call yourself that. Never line anything up exactly perfect, but make sure they're lined up here. But don't put this on the same line as this, or this on the same line as that. And the reason for that is the offset gives it more interest. Unless you're absolutely looking for something that's going to be completely lined up like that. I mean, there's times where that's necessary or wanted, but that's a lot of work to make it all absolutely perfect. Now, you know, I don't do a lot of collage art. The mother and child one that I did is probably the closest to collage as far as, you know, I put a hat on her, I layered the circles behind her head. You know, I still generally use the image the most, you know. I'm an image-based artist. I don't, you know, I could try some though. If I have something that I see that might work along that line. It's not my thing as much because I enjoy the photos of the people. I enjoy the history of the images. I think that's important to me. It's not important to other people. That's just, or not their focus, or, you know, however. You know, the great thing about this is we all have our styles, we all have our techniques, we all have our taste levels, and that sure as heck doesn't make anybody else's wrong or bad, right? If you think about how many different painters there are, how boring would it be to just have everybody be doing the exact same thing? I mean, look at the difference between a Monet and a Degas. Oh, there was a, when I was going through my images, I have a tendency to call the Seurat painting a Degas. It's not, it's Seurat. I forgot to fix that. And by the time I realized it, I had already converted the video into YouTube format, which takes, that video, you know, probably took an hour to convert it because it wasn't as long. So I didn't go back and fix it, or put my little disclaimer on it. Okay, so I am kind of roughing up the photo a little bit here. I know that going over this with Mod Podge makes it sticky, and it will start to pull up that image. So, you know, be real careful with what you're doing when it gets to this stage. Okay, I could fast forward over this song. God, that's hella annoying. I'd almost rather have quiet than having something that annoying. All right, I'm gonna let this one dry. Why aren't you sticking down there, pooper? Check all my edges, make sure got everything stuck down well. These guys are awesome. She's incredible. I bet that she just had a voice like you wouldn't believe. And it's probably somebody famous because I was looking up. You know, I don't have the I don't know who she is. It's gonna be one of those things where somebody comes to me and says, "Oh, is that so and so?" Sure, yeah. If you want it to be, we'll sell it. Okay. I love the composition. I love the coloration. The saying is perfect. And let's look what we got over in here. My little signature corner pieces. Oh, I kind of like that one. I don't know if I've really used those as corner pieces. That would be a great way to use those up. If I can find their other ones. Where are you? No, it's the flowers. 2. I know I've got like 8 of them in here. Where are they? 3, 4. Got them. Although this, you know, feels like it needs something. Wow, that matches perfect. That's a 80s earring from Kathy. From my work friend Kathy. She gave me a whole box of these 80s earrings. I mean, yes, we used to wear stuff like this. I like that one better, huh? I hope this song is over soon. I think it might actually be stone. So if you look at it, it goes right along this here. It's right after there that it bends. This actually might make a really nice clean bend. It's best to do this with the pliers. And I promise you guys, I'll get you the link for these. One of these days. Gosh, so sorry. And I know I had another request for those plastic cases. I'll work on it, I promise. Oh, look how gorgeous that is. Hello. Not one little single bit of cutting on that either. So if I do it right down to that corner, edge of that triangle. That one didn't work as well. Okay, so it's not here, it's down there. And I'm pushing down on this to make it a little bit sharper bend. That one's perfect. So taking it down to that corner, taking it to that edge. Right after that bend. That one doesn't feel like it's 40-degree angle, it feels like it's a little too much. 45-degree angle, sorry. What's going on here? Oh, it could be that the edge itself is not an actual 45-degree angle with the canvas. It could be the canvas issue and not so much this issue. There is that too. So I got my place picked out to stay at in Paris. Staying at an Airbnb. I have my own little apartment. I'll be there for almost a full week, 7 days I think. I'll be about 1.5 miles from the Louvre, which is easy walking distance. So super excited about that. So very, very excited about that. And then of course the Museum d'Orsay, however you say it, is, oh Susan, real quick, you had said that you bought a different type of Fabrifix instead of Fabri-Tac. I would imagine that they're probably very similar. So definitely use your Fabrifix and see how it works out for you. If it doesn't work, then go and buy the Fabri-Tac. But I would try what you've got. They seem to kind of all come up together when you're searching for them on Amazon. So I do have the links provided in the circus book for these, of course. But which was the best price I'd found. I found it on Amazon for $9 for this large thing here. This is $14, I think, at Joann's. But of course, if you use your coupons at Joann's, it's, you know, much better. This does have a different odor to it, which, you know, it makes me feel like it's similar to E6000 instead of, you know, it's not a water-based glue like our Mod Podge, or, you know, it's a much stronger glue. I hate it when it gets on the photos. Okay, I think I got it okay. Alright. I can see some dots coming with the pearls. I can see that happening. I can see what else needs to be done to this guy. I'd like to put an element up in that upper corner, but I don't know what it needs. And I might just set it aside and, you know, get this section done. And then if I feel like it needs more stuff in the future, do that then. Now this will make it so it won't fit into a frame. Okay. These corner pieces, they don't go into frames after you edge them like that. I don't think it will. It might. I haven't actually really tried to frame these, so I don't know. I don't really like smushing that glue around. It makes a pretty sticky residue. Not pretty. Goobers. It's like a rubber cement. This glue is. It's kind of has a real rubber cement feel to it. And I bet there is a type of pickup eraser that has a kind of rubber cement consistency to it. I bet that would help with getting off all these goobers. God, I haven't thought of that in forever. It's kind of a brownish colored eraser. Very sticky thing, and it is to pick up residue. Because this stuff's not very pleasant that way. Gets all over. Dang it. That's okay. Put a little stays on it. There we go. Let's take it down a touch. Take off the brassiness of it. Make it more antiqued. And I'm just rubbing it across the top. Right? Giving it a little more edging. Here. Finishing off the visual frame. There we go. Love it. Okay. Stuff's a little more toxic than your Mod Podge. Okay. Well, now would be the time that we stabilo. Yeah, I have a brown Stabilo pencil that I haven't used yet. This is the black. Let's try the brown. Pencil sharpener. Anybody see it? I know it's right here. Pencil sharpener, where are you now? Oh, hiding behind my water bottle. use it sparingly. Don't use it on everything. Let's give her a little bit of a light source. Back in here. There. Love that. Okay. So we're going to a little bit of light in front of his foot and in front of her foot. Awesome. Okay, and we're going to decide here on the light also. Tips of her hands, her arm. Okay, we'll do it again here. Do it on the parts that you want to come out the most. All right, there's the broken china. So we're going to push these to the background by making them a cooler color, hopefully. That's the intent. This is going to go into the back. This is going to go right in there. Beautiful. Subtle. Beautiful. This is our cooler tones. We're making them more gray in the background. And I am not looking at coloring each person individually. I am looking at making her be the forefront. Even accentuating that blue a little. Work with it. Don't let it work you. Gorgeous. That was a good swipe. And it's subtle. It's a subtle change. It's not like it's this huge impact, but you know, this is all about adjusting values. You know, it'd be cool with her. Let's take my watercolors, my Arteza watercolor brushes. Color her in. Just taking down the tones a touch. You know, I'm not a fan of white, so that's what we're knocking down the whites. Beautiful. This is iced spruce. Taking it around the edges just a touch. Making it look more like a photograph also, instead of just a piece of copy paper with a photo on it. It's a little tiny detail, you know? Absolutely. Not necessary at all. I think it adds, or I wouldn't keep doing it, right? I think it helps out. There we go. She absolutely would have worn a red dress. Perfect. Her shoes are beautiful. Beautiful. Since she's the only one in actual color, she stands out now. It's all in the details, my friends. It's just the subtlest details. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna like this brown, but I think I'll like it better than the black. We'll see. Goober glue. I'm gonna call it goober glue, because while it's very great glue, it makes goobers. If you're not careful. Okay, I think we're done with this. Get a little stubby out. Get some water over here. Get some paper towel. Paper towel. All right, Stubby, be my friend. This has obviously been left in some water. It's totally warped. Okay. Okay, so the brown is very light. Very light. There's things that it's good about that and things that are not good about that. Here. Yeah, it's not doing much for me, honestly. I do like it. I think it's giving it an additional element. I don't think that you have to be super careful with putting it down, because it just kind of blends in with the rest of my imagery and how I create. Come on. Now, it might work totally different for you. That's completely understandable. Okay. All right, let's grab out the black. Adjust, readjust. That's the key, you know? It's adding layers. Don't rush it. Don't force it. Don't make it be something it doesn't want to be. Now, it's possible that I won't need to do this to every single image. I do like how it frames the images, but look at that beautiful transition there. I don't know if we really want to smudge that too much. But, you know, I use my Stabilo in a very controlled manner. as we all know. Okay, music just stopped. That's weird. Wonder why that happened. It's okay though. It's getting on my nerves a little bit. Gorgeous. Come on, Stubby, take it to the edge of the photo. Don't be afraid to change your piece to the direction that works best for you to work on it. I find that it's much easier to follow the lines on these if you move the photo to where you're, see, look how easy that was. Just a nice, beautiful straight line. Gorgeous. And it also allows you to get into the crevices where your glue meets the picture. And also looking at your image from different angles, or your piece from different sides, I think it's helpful. You know, because while I'm doing this, I'm also noticing everything else about the piece. You know, this is your fine tuning. This is where it makes the difference. All right, I do want this one here. And I do want to make this one a little bit stronger here. There. Beautiful. This is not very strong through here. That's actually okay. I've got to make it balanced though. This top is pretty heavy, so let's make the side just as heavy. It doesn't make sense to have the top heavy and everything else not. If anything, the top should be lighter. And we're going to smudge that actually. There we go. And since this is a very thick line here, let's work that down just a touch. And smudge. Take some of it off. Make sure when you're using paper towel that you've had in your hand that you're not you know, dragging something else through the image that shouldn't be there. And as you can see, I'm purposely pushing some of that Stabilo down into there. It was too much of a brightness right there, which we just took care of very quickly. We did. Nice. lot easier to add than it is to subtract. So just remember that. If you go over it a couple times, that's okay. But if you've got to go back through and erase everything, it's a pain in the butt. I edited myself. Okay. And I'm kind of curious to see what the actual color is under here. Nice. And here. Just in the center. Just want to take out a little bit of that. Gorgeous. I think I love it like it is. I could put something up here, but this is actually really beautiful paint technique in there. I like how it turned out. So let's do this here. Let's just do a little bit more edging. And I'm pushing down quite hard on this. Then I am going to pull some of that coloring over the top of that. Just trying to kill the white, of course. Now this is wet. Cautious. I mean, it's water soluble, so of course you can fix it, but you don't really want to have to go back over it again. And I do realize I'm putting it up against my shirt and making a mess, but that's how I do it. My work clothes are work clothes. Not my online dating profile says my hands will generally be messy. I'll always be working on an art project, and I don't know if I said you'll most likely see paint in my hair, but that's kind of part of it too. No dates this week. I don't even think I've really gone on and talked to anybody online. Bleh. Bleh. Let's see. What else? I'm just thinking of my liquid pearls. Just something to add a little. Anybody see them? Anybody see the liquid pearls? Ah, 1, 2. Huh. We're gonna set that back over there. Set that up there. It will drive me crazy soon. Okay. Wow, that's super wet. Okay. Start in the center. Now why? I know I cleaned that out in between, but she does have to have a little bit heavier line under her. For some reason, she does. And this line, that didn't get smudged very well, or smudged at all. Did I miss it? Nice. Nice. That gold is not drying. It's cold in here again though. There's a goober in there. Three. And then I can't touch it for a while. Start it at the corner. Perfection. All right, I think I'm going to bring it down here and here. This Juniper Liquid Pearls by Ranger. I don't know how I ended up getting these, but what a beautiful color. And that's, you know, it's one of my primary colors that I like to use. Everybody has their own color palette, and this is definitely right there in my color palette. You know, that's the thing about dots, is once you start with them, then it's kind of hard to stop. Then you're like, oh, but this would look good here. This would look good there. The thing is that you know it would look good. And so if you don't do it, then you know that you're not giving the piece its, you know, best ability. I suppose I could try different lines with these things too at some point. Move beyond just the dotty dots. Okay, so since I've gone up this one and this one, I'm going to take it up this one. I suppose I should do some interior ones, huh? Nice. I'm making them a little bit bigger. I didn't really mean for them to get that big, but that's okay. Dot happy. Gotta do 5. Gotta do an odd number, sorry. think it's done. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll get this one hopefully posted up soon. Gonna take a little break, and then I will come back and make something else. All right, love ya. Bye.